And a look behind the curtain here. Thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. It's Wednesday, hump day, and we're ready to bring you all the action. We'll watch the Miami Heat in this one as they go up against the Charlotte Hornets. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke, and roaming the sideline for tonight's game, our Allie LaForce. So let's take a look at the Charlotte starting lineup. Kevin Love out there with Jackson. Then it's Barnes. Then it's Donovan Mitchell. And it's Valanciunas in at the center position. And DB with Mitchell out there on the court. We have one of the most dynamic players in the NBA.
And Kevin, let's not forget one of the smartest as well. Donovan Mitchell played for Quinn Snyder early. He talks often about now understanding the game at a much higher level.
Now here's Morant. 6 on the shot clock. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Jackson against Ingram. Charlotte moving the ball around. Barnes passes to Jackson. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It goes on Brandon Ingram. So here we go. It's game 1 of the regular season for both teams. And Doris, each one wants to start their year on the right foot.
Yeah, both of these teams have been waiting all summer for this game. Tip off to a new season. I can't wait, Kevin.
And that one misses. And the Hornets trying to build a foundation, Doris. As we know, there are no quick fixes.
And I know that's tough for fans to hear. They've already endured so much losing with this organization. But the bottom line is, Kev, you know this, talent wins in this league. And it's not just some talent. You need a lot of it.
And he's good on the second. Heat on offense. Pass to Achua. Love against Davis. Here's Malawach. The 3 from Morant. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
More of a dribble drive guard, but the defense can't forget about Jaw's ability outside the arc.
The 3 from Barnes drops in the tray.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Now here's Davis. Just 5 to shoot. Crafty move. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one on Love. TV, no question, Anthony Davis had a lot of hype when he was drafted in 2012.
Kevin, how could he not? He won a national title collegiately. He has incredible size and skill on both ends of the floor. That hype was real, and it was earned.
And that one falls for Davis. Of the big men in the league, Doris, Anthony Davis, to me at least, has always been among the best one-on-one scorers.
Well, that's because, Kevin, he is a 3-level scorer. He can be a lob threat. You can put him on the box or at the elbows. you're going to have to draw a second defender if he's on the face-up because he can't get guarded one-on-one.
And a member of the NBA 75 team, Anthony Davis is the rare franchise player, someone you build your entire organization around.
Now here's Morant. And the rejection by Jackson. Mitchell against Davis. Mitchell kicks to Barnes. Love outside. Good, and it's Barnes picking up the assist.
Well, you know Kevin Love is ready in catch-and-shoot situations. Beautifully done.
Ingram deciding where to go with it. Inside, here's Marlowe. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it. Barnes outside. Back to Mitchell. Valanciunas sets a screen for Mitchell to the left wing. And a wide open look for Valanciunas. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
Takes great confidence in catch-and-shoot situations, and you can see how comfortable Valanciunas is in that opportunity.
Pass to Davis. Down low. Here's Marlowe.
Boy, something so good about a perfectly placed lead pass. That is nice.
Anthony Davis.
So it's the Hornets now. Barnes outside. Outside Jackson, 6 to shoot. Valanciunas passes to Mitchell. And again, Charlotte with the triple.
Exactly the kind of start you're looking for. They are 4 for 5 out of the gates.
Ingram up top, guarded by Jackson. Ingram up top. He has yet to score. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And this is what you want more of. Ingram has to keep being aggressive like this.
Love with the screen on Morant. Barnes kicks to Jackson. Charlotte needs to get a shot. The offensive rebound. Valanciunas.
Well, I think this is something Jonas Valanciunas has hung his hat on. His ability to consistently get to the offensive window. Nicely done.
Pass to Ingram. Now Achua. The 3 from Davis. Good. And the nice assist from Morant. Davis has got 5 points so far.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
Oh, that's an old-fashioned rim racker.
Just a remarkable gem. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now. Oh, that's an outstanding view from the AT&T Connected Cam. And Barnes has got the ball here for the Charlotte Hornets. Last time they met was in Charlotte.
Yeah, it was a narrow win. But in that last meeting, I think foul trouble for the other side may have really just tipped the scale and allowed them to escape with the W.
Oh, no doubt. Playing aggressively, forcing the action, that often works in your favor, and it did the last time around.
Here's Ingram, following the basket by Donovan Mitchell. Ingram right side. That shot is no good, and he's 1 for 3 from the floor. Valanciunas sets a screen for Jackson. Out to the wing, and stolen by Achua. Mitchell against Ingram. Morant outside. Fires from deep. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Left side Jackson. Charlotte moving it around. Pass to Mitchell. Shot clock at 6. That one goes. Count it. And now a 5-point Hornets lead.
Boy, this guy has been absolutely outstanding this quarter. You love what he's doing out there right now.
And so Eric Spoelstra will call a timeout, looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. And Miami going with a whole new group out there. And we've got a moment now to look at the rebounding trend over the last few months for Scotty Barnes.
In the last few months, the rebounding has sort of taken a bit of a dive for him. And a lot of factors could be the cause, but it's a trend that coach would probably like to see him reverse.
Now here's White. He's coming off a 19-point game against Charlotte. And stolen by Thibault. Pass to Garland. Here's Jackson Davis. Here's Mathurin. Again, the Hornets score.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
To the wing on the left. Here's Gay. Back to White. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Trying to get something going. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
A volume three-point shooter. You have to expect White to connect on those looks from the outside.
Now Garland. No scoring in this one. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Okogie for 3. Pass to Sharp. Lets the 3 fly. It's hauled in by Jackson Davis. Hornets leading by 4. Mathurin passes to Hayes. And yes, it's good.
Boy, Benedict Mathurin, that's a nice setup for his teammate. This isn't something he's known for.
Miami's gone 3 of 6, 50% from deep so far tonight. Now here's White. And the layup is good. White's got 5 points so far.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside positions.
Here's Mathurin. Thibault for 3. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
To the middle. Here's Gay. And he uses the glass on the layup. Now just a 2-point Hornets lead.
And offensively right now, each team getting what it wants.
Yeah, this is already a high-scoring game, but we knew that was a possibility coming into this one.
Here's Mathurin, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And battling against the interior of that defense, nice to see that Mathurin has that toughness.
All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. Scoring breakdown for the Hornets.
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played, but they're shooting it well from the three-point line. That's got to be a welcome sight.
Yeah, and in addition, their ball movement has really unleashed their offense. Boy, they've been fun to watch.
Mathurin hits them both.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Garland against White. Pass to Okogie. The 3. Drills it from outside.
Shooting with range is almost something you must possess in the modern NBA. Josh Okogie with the deep delivery.
Garland kicks to Hayes. Hayes with the screen for Mathurin. And Hayes throws it down.
And he gives that rim a good tug on the way down.
That's how you drive your point home right there. Here's Sharp. And the rebound goes to the Hornets.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
Bounce pass, Mathurin. Clock at 6. Thibault finds Garland. It's blocked, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. A sensational block that definitely deserves another look.
And this is why coaches stress the importance of defense. Big block there in this close game.
The Heat trail by 3. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And here's Sharp. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Hornets in Charlotte. 6 to shoot. The Heat need to get a shot off. Gay misses. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Hornets lead by 3. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. What stands out to you guys from the Hornets in this one?
They just came into this game with the mindset of sharing the basketball.
When you keep everyone involved at the offensive end, it keeps everyone engaged in other areas as well.
Setting the floor for the Hornets, they've got Mitchell. Kevin Love out there with Scotty Barnes. Then there's Matisse Thybulle. And it's Garland in at the 1 spot. Now Thybulle following the three-point attempt by Donovan Mitchell. And that one's good. Love.
Well, this is one of Kevin Love's go-to shots now. Early in his career, a low-post game. Now he's lethal from distance.
In his relatively young career, Scotty Barnes, GA, has played a number of positions.
Well, he's so versatile. He can be successful at a lot of different spots on the floor. A glue guy you can plug in just about anywhere.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Mitchell kicks to Barnes. And again, it's Charlotte with a 3.
How quick with that shot off the catch was Scotty Barnes. My goodness, defense didn't have a chance to react.
A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And let's check out some stats for Darius Garland. Last season, he played outstanding. He put up about 20 points per game last season. 6 assists and 3 rebounds. And with his great passing, he's been a catalyst for their offense, often seeing plays even before they materialize.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Great anticipation, excellent peripheral vision. His talents are really shining through.
And the Heat making a change here. Davis is checked in. And that one's good. Mitchell.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Pass to Achua. It's up a 3. Good on the three-point shot. Achua's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Outside Garland. Outside Jackson. On the wing, Barnes. Covered by Achua. And that one's good, Barnes. Barnes has got the lead up to 9 now for the Hornets.
Oh, my goodness. What an answer from Scotty Barnes. Drills the comeback triple. Stop it.
And Eric Spoelstra wants a timeout. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Malawash is checked in for Charlotte. The Hornets also with a sub. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Garland. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Morant outside. To the inside. Here's Davis, and finished off by Davis.
And we've seen this movie before. Davis moves with authority and attacks the rim.
Outside Jackson. Back to Mitchell. Left side, Love. 5 on the clock. Outside Jackson. Near the three-point line, it's Mitchell. Malawash grabs the miss.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Get those long arms to work, Scotty Barnes. Send it back, young sir.
And it's blocked. Jackson against Ingram. To the paint. Mitchell with the steal. Pass to Barnes. Kicks it out to Mitchell. Charlotte no good that time either.
Boy, not his best quarter. He's trying to break through.
Here's Ingram. And they cash in right away with the quick shot. Ingram's got his second bucket of the night.
Gotta love the control Ingram has with the basketball.
Mitchell outside. And again, the Hornets missing.
Boy, the team doing pretty well despite his offensive struggles right now.
Kept alive. Achua. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
There is an activity to the way Precious Achua plays. Draws the whistle right there. Really good work.
For Miami, they have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. And that one falls for Achua. So, Greg, you played in the league over a decade. What's the toughest thing about being a pro basketball player?
Lots of things. To me, it's just keeping your spot. Every year, there's just so much talent coming in. So holding on to a place on the roster, then that can be as difficult as anything.
And he can't hit the second.
Yeah, guys, at 6'8", Precious Achua hits the boards with ferocity and with abandon. He brings tremendous energy to whatever team he's playing for.
And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. The Heat trail by 4. Morant outside. Here's Davis, and 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one on Love.
There's a fluid power and athleticism that he possesses. Nearly impossible to contain Davis inside.
That one is off.
And one of the best big men in the game, Davis continuing to prove how dominant he is.
Good on the second free throw.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Outside Jackson. Back to Mitchell. Valanciunas with a screen on Davis. Mitchell finds Valanciunas to end the drought. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on. Come on, Malawash.
Well, it still works. Might be one of the oldest tricks in the book, but that up fake earns Valanciunas a trip to the line.
And a timeout called by Charles Lee. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. the Hornets making a change here. Mathurin's checked in. And a quick look at how things have been since the All-Star break. Checking out the three-point shot ratio for the Heat.
And they have been feasting from long range.
Take a break.
Shooting with volume and accuracy. It's been a good recipe for them offensively. And, boy, it puts a lot of pressure on opposing defenses to try and cover all that space.
The free throw drops for Valanciunas.
And a bruising, fundamentally sound big man. Valanciunas is a throwback. More importantly, he's willing to play whatever role is asked of him.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. And that'll be Charlotte as it goes out of bounds. Hornets retain possession. And it's the Hornets with the ball. Their biggest lead of the game was 9.
The length of Ingram, it really affects shooters.
Outside, Davis. Pass to Malawach. And here's Morant. The three ball by Morant.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens. Listen, let's not put it lightly. This guy has really struggled here.
And Doris, what you love about Brandon Ingram, he's the total package.
He is, Kevin, because he's got incredible size, great shot-making ability. He's a three-level scorer, and you can mix his matchup on the defensive end. Here's Barnes. Brandon Ingram picking up that last bucket. And the Hornets miss again. Now the Heat with it. They're on a 14-4 run. Achua kicks to Ingram. Davis, the pass to Achua. Shot clock at 6. The three from Davis. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Barnes with it. 12 points for him. Mitchell looking it over. Outside Jackson. And again, the Hornets missing. The Heat have gone 6 of 10 from the floor here in the second quarter. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And now, here's the 2K leaderboard with the teams that last season scored the most second-chance points in the NBA. The Hornets fourth.
That's an effort stat for me. I mean, it shows you how hard this team works in the paint. They continue to pound the backboard.
And so Eric Spoelstra will call a timeout. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. Different look for Miami. Gaze checked in, and Okogie subbed in for Ingram. Charlotte also making some changes. Trace Jackson-Davis is checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Hayes comes in for Mitchell, and Matisse Thybulle subbed in for Jackson. First free throw is good.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
And Miami making a change here. Shumshe's checked in. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Hornets trail by 3. Now, here's Thibault. Still yet to score. Pass to Hayes. Looking to end the run. He's now 2 for 3 with that miss. Miami's on 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Thank you, guys. Scotty Barnes letting everyone know. He said, I'm a great defender. I feel like it doesn't really get talked about enough. I guard whoever, 1 through 5. That's what I pride myself on and what I'm ready to do every time I step on the floor. Kevin?
A tone setter for sure at that end. Thanks so much for the report, Allie. That one drops for him.
And that's just showing off right there, guys. I mean, he is too good with that crossover.
It's White on the wing, covered by Barnes. White looking around. Here's Davis. Davis doing his thing inside.
And just a good job of getting a high percentage look. Davis knows how to put himself in position to attack.
Barnes against White. And it's blocked. Outside, Davis. Pass to Okogie. Davis kicks to White. Back to Davis. And it's Davis finishing it off.
It's so smooth in the pick and roll. Love seeing White there with the right pass.
And Barnes has got the ball here for Charlotte. Trailing by 5. Over to the left wing. There's a good screen. Mathurin passes to Thibault. It's good from long range.
And it seems as if someone got their signals crossed. If he can wind up that open from three-point range, I'm sure that was not a part of the game plan.
Now here's White. 5 points in the game. High post, Davis. Yes, that goes in. Davis has got 11 here in this quarter alone.
Boy, he is just doing it all right now. And the more the ball goes through the net, the more his confidence grows.
Hayes with the screen for Barnes. There's the triple, and Hayes throws it down.
Give credit where credit is due right there. A terrific assist.
The assist.
1:49 left to play here in the half. Pass to Davis. Launches it. That doesn't go either for Davis. Last outing for Miami, it was a loss to the Hornets in Charlotte. Barnes against White. Barnes up top. 12 points for him. Rocket 2. No good. That would have tied it.
Yeah, and a dangerous trend here as they're starting to live and die with outside jumpers.
Back to White. Good D by Barnes.
Nothing more important than protecting the rim, folks, and that's exactly what they get.
Here's Mathurin. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even. Mathurin's got 6.
And inside, Mathurin makes great use of his agility, developing some instincts for how to get around in traffic to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Sharp's checked in for Anthony Davis. Garland is checked in for Charlotte.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
3-second difference between shot clock and game. White, good.
Yeah, attacking the interior is something White does well. He's crafty, and he makes good adjustments against the defense.
And here's Garland for 3. Offensive rebounds. And he hits the buzzer beater.
And give him credit. Good awareness of the time remaining.
And to me, the way you end quarters impacts how you end the game. It can go a long way between a W or an L.
And that's it for the first half of action in what's been a very close game here. Hornets ahead as they end the second quarter on a 12-4 run. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
Thanks for stopping by, y'all. First up on the show tonight, a quick look ahead of some upcoming games on the docket.
Well, right now for the Heat, you really get to see what they're made of after your hard work in the offseason.
Yeah, you have big changes, and then you have subtle changes. Everything in preparation for this moment.
All right, fellas, time to talk about that first half. How fantastic has Scotty Barnes been?
He's been hunting for a shot pretty much all first half, and why not? The results speak for themselves.
From the naked eye, he just looks like he wants it more than anybody else on the floor.
Isn't
Ernie,
the,
what is a naked eye?
I was just about to say, isn't the eye always naked?
It is.
Well, no, if you put glasses on.
Ooh.
Well, glasses like clothes, eye clothes. Let's start a new company, Kenny.
And that is a wrap. Now let's send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You look at Anthony Davis in this game, he's been everywhere.
In those first two quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
Well, you can see why they would continue to play through him. He was tough to stop, super assertive down low. Just great work.
They've got Precious Achiuwa. Davis is out there with Morant. Then it's Malawach. And it's Ingram at the small forward position. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Out the basket. Davis has got the first bucket of the third here for Miami.
And with all the different things he does, you expect AD to put up points every night. He's a lot to handle.
Now here's Jackson. Here's Love. It's hauled in by Achiuwa. And so it's Ingram who brings up the ball for Miami. Pass to Malawach. Back to Achiuwa. Outside, Davis. Puts up a deep three. It's rebounded by Charlotte. On the wing, Jackson. Here's Mitchell. Rejected by Ingram.
And great use of length by Ingram. Able to reach out and get his hand on the ball for a block.
This is frustrating. You come out to start the second half, you've made one of your first 4 shots.
Now here's Barnes. He's got 12. The shot's good from Love.
Boy, how about the timing, the delivery? That is exactly how you set a teammate up.
Outside, Davis. Ingram outside. Pass to Morant. Again, the miss by the Heat.
Boy, they feel tense to start the second half. They are 1 for 5, guys.
Mitchell caps off the break.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
And Eric Spoelstra wants a timeout. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. Sharp's checked in for the Heat.
Now in the game for Miami, number 2, Shaden Sharp.
The Heat trail by 5.
Hey, who's not Brandon, man?
Here's Ingram. 6 points for him. Stolen by Jackson. Barnes down low. Defended by Sharp.
Loving the energy right now here in the third quarter as they try to take control of this game.
You know, possessions like that will help them feel good going into that final quarter.
Now, here's Sharp. Still scoreless. And it's Davis missing. Mitchell outside. Valanciunas in the high post. Barnes outside. Pass to Mitchell. For Davis. That's good for Mitchell on the assist by Barnes. Barnes has got 6 assists in the game. Doris, nowadays, we see lots of high school transfers amongst elite players. One example, Scotty Barnes.
No, exactly, Kevin. This young man attended 3 different high schools, and I think what each guy is trying to do is raise the level of competition.
And it's good for 2.
Guys, you can tell Scotty Barnes is locked in on the offensive end, and now he's found a rhythm, and there is no backing down.
And dropping the sledgehammer there, he curbs a 10-0 run by the Hornets.
I'd like to thank AT&T for bringing us that spectacular look from their Connected Cam. Charlotte leading by 9. Outside Jackson. Back to Mitchell for 3. Miami grabs the miss. Malawach has got his 6th rebound on the night.
Well, he went into the locker room with 1-3 to his credit, and he's still looking here for number 2.
Now here's Ingram. 6 points for him. Here's Davis. Nails the baby hook. Davis has got 4 points in the quarter.
Listen, he's carrying his own weight. There's no doubt. But it is very hard to win a basketball game by yourself.
And a timeout called by Charles Lee. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys.
And he could tell his guys starting to wear down a little bit. Call time to just let them get their legs back under them.
He's checked in for Davis. The Hornets also with the sub. Garland's checked in. Barnes passes to Jackson. Good, and it's Barnes picking up the assist. Barnes has got his 7th assist here tonight. The Heat trail by 9. Pass to Achua. Here's White. Oh, good on the 3. The Hornets on offense. They're on a 12-4 run. Jackson with the bounce pass. Here's Valanciunas. Outside Jackson. 6 on the shot clock. Now Barnes. There's the 3. Malawatch grabs the miss. Let's go to the sideline for a report on John Morant. Allie, what are they telling you there?
Thanks. I just talked with Miami's head athletic trainer. He let me know that it's a strained hip, which causes plenty of soreness and shooting pain in that area. A return to the floor was very 50-50. It's the kind of injury that would sideline many players, but everyone's built a little differently. So, guys, he's going to brave it out.
All right, Allie, thanks for that.
What's remarkable to me, though, is how resilient players in the NBA are and the quality of the training staff and the approach they take in the rehab process. And that really helps accelerate the return to play, which is what every organization is trying to do.
Now Ingram, following the three-point attempt by Scotty Barnes. Off target from outside. Mitchell in the corner. It's Mitchell with the tray.
First three of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
The Heat trail by 10. Pass to Sharp. Here's Malawatch. He's got 10. To the middle. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. And just the way pilots use VR to train, now NBA officials can do the same.
Yeah, it's all about reps, right? Getting them with a headset in a lower stress setting helps prepare them to make the right call when the lights are brightest.
And the Hornets making a change here. Trace Jackson Davis is checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Hayes comes in for Scotty Barnes. Benedict Mathurin, he's checked in for Gigi Jackson. And Matisse Thybulle subbed in for Mitchell. First one falls for him. That one is no good. The Heat trail by 11. Pass to Sharp. Here's the three. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Here are the Hornets with the ball. They're on a 16-6 run. Thybulle kicks to Garland. Here's Mathurin. And looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
And a good-looking view of that throwdown from the AT&T Connected Cam. The Heat shooting 31% here in the third. Offensively, they are looking bleak. Now White, he's got 7. And that one is hammered home.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
But look at the basket guy still shaking. Garland, the pass to Mathurin. Hayes with the screen for Mathurin. And Hayes throws it down.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. Here's White, following the bucket by the Hornets. From outside the arc, hits it from three-point range. White's got 10 points.
And you have got to honor White on the perimeter. Once he gets comfortable from there, it's going to be bad news for the defense.
Here's Mathurin. He's got 9. It's tipped. Pass to Thybulle. Now Garland. Mathurin for 3. Gay with the rebound. Gay's got 4 rebounds in this game. And here's Sharp. Defended by Thybulle. Now Mathurin. Garland, the pass to Mathurin. Clock at 6. The 3 ball. Here's Hayes. Miami grabs the miss. Shumshe's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Now, here's Sharp. Not a lot of room. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And how about that move by Sharp against the defense, getting them to put contact on him so he can draw the foul.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Hornets.
Well, I've been impressed with the ball movement all game long. They're really looking to just make that extra pass.
I think the other thing we're seeing tonight is the floor spacing of this team. Boy, they are shooting the cover off the basketball all game.
So both teams changing it up here. Good on both. And so Garland will bring it up for Charlotte. Pass to Mathurin. Love with the screen on Sharp. Now here's Thibault. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat.
Terrific dive there. Morant realizing his responsibility to share the wealth with his teammates.
Hornets leading by 4. There's Garland. And that one, good.
Man, this guy is a scoring machine. I mean, I know I'm not the only one to describe him that way.
DB, given his accuracy, do you think Darius Garland will ever be in the 50-40-90 club?
You know what, Kevin? I think very few people have ever done it. Do I believe Darius Garland has the talent to do it? No question about it. He is a tremendous shooter and an electric young guard in this league.
Mathurin passes to Garland. Thibault for 3. Sinks the triple. Thibault's got 6 points.
You know, you have to use the bounce pass in that instance to make the catch easier.
Shot's good by Shumshe.
And so far, going for more of an inside presence here in the second half, getting away from the three-point shot.
Now, here's Garland. Pass to Love. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Garland. That's 12 points for Love. Morant passes to Okogie. Out to Morant. Morant bullies his way inside.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Here's Love. Does not score for only the second time in 7 shots this game. Pass to Conan Niederhauser. Morant outside. Morant off the bounce. And we've reached the end of the third. Hornets on top, up 5. We'll be back shortly live from Miami Arena. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And on the court for Charlotte as we start the fourth. They've got Scotty Barnes, Kevin Love out there with Jackson. Then it's Donovan Mitchell, and it's Valanciunas in at the 5, home in the paint. Now here's Ingram. Jonas Valanciunas unable to get his shot to go. Down low. The dunk by Achua.
Well, such an explosive athlete. Achua off his feet in a hurry.
Morant against Barnes. Mitchell is double. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Jackson kicks to Love. Launches a 3. Miami grabs the miss. Maluaj has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. For 3, Ingram. Good. And the nice assist from Morant. Morant's got 6 assists in the game.
The pure shooting ability of Ingram does all the talking there. He gets the ball and delivers that quick release.
Charlotte no good that time either.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Morant outside. And again, it's Miami with a 3.
Watch out. Now that he's got his first 3 of the half, there'll be more in store.
Here's Mitchell. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. Here's Davis. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Hornets trail by 3. Mitchell left side. Pass to Love. Back to Mitchell. Outside Jackson. Barnes outside. Now Love. Shoots over Ingram. And Kevin Love, the bucket with the assist by Barnes. 14 points for Kevin Love. Ingram against Jackson. Stolen by Jackson. The dunk by Achua.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Boy, in a tight game like this, that can change the whole tone. It helps your opponent get into a little bit of a rhythm.
And timeout is called by Charles Lee. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Charles Lee said to the team. Coach did everything he could to fire up his team, saying, quote, "This is where every one of you has to dig deep. It's going to come down to who wants it more. Anything to give his team an extra push to close the gap." Guys?
All right, Allie, thank you for that. Now, here's Love. Back to Barnes. Jackson setting the pick here for Barnes. Clock at 4. Mitchell passes to Barnes. And the Hornets miss again.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Back to Davis. Out to Ingram. Three-pointer. That's in there. Davis with the assist. Davis has got his 3rd assist on the night.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Now here's Love. Malawaj grabs the miss. Malawaj has got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Morant looking around. Pass to Ingram. Right side Davis. And a miss there on the triple. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Charlotte Hornets. 6-point game. To the inside. Here's Love, and Love throws it down.
When someone has it going like Kevin Love, it's your responsibility as a teammate to continue to find him. Nice job by all involved.
Now here's Davis. Grant. And the rejection by Valanciunas. Barnes outside. Love the pass to Valanciunas. Mitchell wide open. And it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
Well, Jonas Valanciunas has the instincts, the size, and the smarts to go ahead and take advantage of those missed shots and create them into points.
Now here's Ingram. And That one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Heat.
You love how they've lived in the paint, making the defense just consistently have to collapse and still finding ways to convert.
The other thing that's been impressive is really just relentless driving the basketball. Doesn't matter if the defense is there, they are challenging them and getting it done.
And battling injuries off and on throughout the years. Ingram is a major difference maker when healthy.
And the second free throw, good. Hornets trail by 3. And here is Mitchell. Love outside. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there.
After hitting a couple of threes in the first half, he hasn't had much going from distance.
It's Ingram on the wing. Shot clock at 6. And Valanciunas pulls it down. Valanciunas has got his 6th rebound on the night. Barnes with it. Love with the screen for Mitchell. And they're unable to get the time basket there. The Heat leading by 3. Ingram with it. Guarded now by Jackson. And that one's good. Morant.
And you look at how ready Morant was for that. He was on his spot, feet planted, ready to fire.
Jackson kicks to Barnes. Charlotte moving the ball around. Love with the screen on Davis. A 3 from Barnes, and it's Miami with the rebound.
In the first half, he was on fire from range, but he hasn't knocked one down since.
Here's Davis. Hornets with the rebound. Barnes has got 5 rebounds tonight. Inside, here's Jackson, and the dunk by Jackson.
Yeah, we know this about Scotty Barnes. He has a team-first mindset, finds the open player in that instance.
Morant passes to Achua. Pass to Ingram. Here's Malawach. Here is Davis. He's guarded by Love. Shoots a fader, and Davis gets it to go. Davis has got the lead up to 6 now for the Heat.
A difficult shot for some bigs, but AD making it look easy.
Love with the screen for Barnes. Lets it go with a 3. And Love gets it to go.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
To the inside. Here's Ingram. Rebounded by Jackson. Jackson's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Barnes dishes to Mitchell.
We know this about Donovan Mitchell. This guy shows no fear even inside. Draws the foul there.
At the line for the Hornets, Donovan Mitchell, 2.
Free throw drops for Mitchell.
What you love about Donovan Mitchell is he's already proven that in the playoffs he is willing to be a go-to scorer. He's committed to improving his game. He's got to continue to work at the defensive end of the floor.
The Heat making a switch here. Shumshe's checked in. And so he's able to get 1 of 2.
In the NBA, there is a high need for relentless scoring and skill to match that scoring. That is Donovan Mitchell.
On the wing, Mitchell. Great D that time from Davis.
Boy, not looking sharp at all here in the second half, but it hasn't deterred him one bit.
Pass to Shumshe. Now Davis. Covered by Mitchell. Out to Ingram. That's in there. Davis with the assist. Davis has got 4 assists in the game.
This guy has absolutely owned this quarter. This is how you lead by example.
It's stolen by Davis. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Here's Ingram, and the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
What a move by Ingram, taking the foul, but also getting the bucket.
Foul, Chief Jackson. Second personal foul. Second team foul. One, Brandon Ingram.
And so it's Mitchell who brings up the ball for the Hornets. They trail by 9 points. Love fires. The three doesn't go. And so it's Ingram who brings up the ball for the Heat. Outside, Davis. Moran outside. The long shot, no good. Hornets trail by 9. Here's Valanciunas. Barnes, rejected by Ingram. And so the ball's out of bounds. Ingram touched it last. And right now, let's watch that terrific swat.
And boy, did he get up quick to reject that shot. That's as fundamental as defense gets.
Mitchell outside. Barnes screen on Davis. 6 to shoot. Valanciunas. And finally they get one to go in on this possession.
Well, terrific instincts from Jonas Valanciunas on the interior. This guy has improved in the low post every year.
And timeout is called by Eric Spoelstra. He has decided it's the right time to talk.
This is your Unite Squad. Make some noise.
Miami leading by 7. Now here's Ingram. 1:58 left in the fourth quarter. Davis. Nice execution down low.
Oh, phenomenal work right there. There's times, boy, he can be tough to check.
Barnes against Morant. Kevin Love. Big time fade away.
He's a talented shooter. Love doesn't avoid the mid-range like others might.
And there's the dunk.
Might be undersized for a 4, but that vertical more than makes up for it.
Hornets trail by 9. Barnes screen on Davis. Here's Love. Puts one up from 19. Rebounded by Ingram. We've got 1:18 left here in the fourth quarter. And they double up Davis. Ingram against Valanciunas. Shot clock at 5. Off target from outside. Hornets shooting 32% in the fourth, perhaps looking a bit tired. Barnes outside. Love with the screen on Davis. Out of bounds. Miami takes possession. offense. Here are the Heat with a 9-point lead. Outside Ingram. Takes advantage. That J is good.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
What an impressive performance, to say the least. At this point, it looks insurmountable.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Now here's White. And the three misses.
Not enough ticks left on the clock to save them tonight.
It's never an easy point in the game, knowing whatever you do, you're still coming away with the L.
And it's blocked. And that'll be Charlotte as it goes out of bounds. Hornets retain possession. You gotta love strong defense, especially when it comes in the form of harsh rejections. Wow.
And this is how you protect and grow a lead, by making a huge effort on that end of the floor.
And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. And I think they built off that edge of being here and played with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
Now let's send it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline with our player of the game. Allie, take it away.
I'm here with AD, and tonight you guys seemed locked in. What was the key?
So we came out aggressive defensively and offensively, and against a team like that, you got to come out aggressive defensively first, and I think we did that through the whole 48.
Hey, great defense so often leads to great offense, and it worked tonight. Congrats on the win.
As always, Allie, we appreciate it. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and the rest of our terrific 2K crew, this is Kevin Harlan. Hope you enjoyed our broadcast. And now, our player of the game, Anthony Davis.
Coming up next, the start of a fresh season, but we know the focus for both of these teams is to come out strong today.
Yeah, for the first handful of games, you just want to play hard and build some chemistry. Get more comfortable with your teammates while also learning their tendencies and preferences.
And the starting group for Chicago. We've got Maxey. He's out there with Jaylen Brown. Aaron Gordon is out there with Mark Williams. And it's Bona in at the four-man spot. Drive by Brown, and it's in there.
And there is the improved ball handling of Brown. A strong finish.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Earlier I spoke with Rick Carlisle. Right away we got to talking about Jaylen Brown, and he said he's going to make trouble for us, but with strong coverage and fast rotations, I think we'll do a good job limiting his production. Some confident words from Coach on how they'll slow down Brown's output tonight. Back to you.
Thank you for that, Allie. Shot from 12. Oh, nice shot by Brown. Brown's got his second bucket on the night.
Well, you got to know the scouting report on Brown. He's solid cashing in from the mid-range.
Ball right side. Pass to Adams. Brown with the steal. First minute and a half of basketball played here in this one. And here's Gordon. Outside, Williams. Bona takes the assist and lays it in. Nice setup.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
Outside Tatum. Back to ball. Now here's McDaniels. And it's blocked. Gordon outside. Pass to Brown. Now here's Maxey. Fires the three, and the three-pointer goes.
Well, early in this game, they've made one good play after another.
Outside McDaniels. Back to Ball. Vassell passes to Ball. Here's Tatum. 5 on the clock. And Indiana misses again.
Well, the defense just dared him to take that one. Poor execution on their part, but they got lucky.
Brown against Ball. Brown scanning the floor for three. Maxey. And can't get it to go. Now 1 of 2.
After 5 shots, that's their first miss. I definitely call that a good start.
And the Bulls, with one playoff game win in the last 8 seasons, the lowest total over any 8-year stretch in franchise history, Stan.
Well, yeah, they've hovered around 500 for the last 4 seasons and been really competitive. But the problem is you can get stuck in that middle. Now, going young, can they find a path back to relevance?
And timeout called by Rick Carlisle. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. And a quick look at how things have been since the All-Star break. Checking out the three-point shot ratio for Indiana.
And they've been cooking from downtown, shooting with volume and efficiency. It's a strong attack from them offensively, and it puts so much pressure on opponents to try and cover all that space.
Now here's Tatum. No points so far. Tatum, a screen on Brown. Ball against Gordon. Ball into the lane. Outside McDaniels. 3 on the clock. To win the cold spell. Chicago with a rebound.
Well, look, that's another missed opportunity. 1 for 5 now from the field.
Pass to Bona. And here is Williams. Now here's Gordon. The 3 is up. And again, it's Chicago with a 3.
What a way to begin this game. Dominating at both ends of the floor.
Obviously, guys, brilliant coaching, a perfect game plan.
Now here's Ball. Vassell outside. Soft touch off the glass.
Well, strong play by Vassell inside. Getting him a look this close is almost a sure bucket.
Gordon outside. Chicago passing it around. And here's Maxey outside. Sinks the tray. Maxey's got 9.
I just love the ball movement.
Pass to Adams. Here's McDaniels. Here's Tatum. Defended by Gordon. Gordon against Tatum. Adams, the pass to Ball. The 3 ball. Chicago with a rebound. Gordon's got 4 rebounds now. And here's Brown. Outside Maxey. Oh, rejected by McDaniels.
McDaniels is such a disruptive defender. Inside, outside, he's a pest everywhere.
Buries it from 3. Vassell's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Pass to Bona. It's Williams, high post. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. And last season, the Pacers started the playoffs with home court advantage for the first time in over a decade, Grant.
Yeah, the 4th seed in the East, BA. And with a blend of youth and experience on the roster, this is a team built to win now and into the future.
And he makes the first. And Stan, this Chicago front office embracing a more patient approach in building with younger players.
Yeah, BA, and admitting that in recent years they may have skipped steps trying to leap into the playoff picture. So now a change of course is taking place.
Catching up on the changes for Indiana. Massey, he's checked in for Adams. Wells comes in for McDaniels. And Sexton subbed in for Ball. And Williams drops them both. And Grant, while most didn't expect it, last season the Pacers made the 2nd NBA Finals appearance in their franchise's history.
Yeah, BA, there's so much belief right now in that locker room. They never feel like they're out of a game, and that makes them dangerous.
Now here's Hachimura. His last outing, we saw him score 22. Kicks it out to Kennard. Let's go with a 3. Gets the 3 ball to go.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Pacers trail by 16. And here's Tatum. No points yet. The 3 on target from range.
And nice shot by Tatum, answering the 3 from the other end.
To the paint. And stolen by Sexton. Inside. Ooh, Tatum slams it home.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
Pass to Williams. Kennard against Vassell. Shot clock at 6. Now here's Aldama. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. And the Bulls lead by 13. Vassell outside. Up and over Kennard. Rebound by the Bulls. Hachimura outside. Pass to DiVincenzo. Here's Aldama. Hachimura with a screen on Tatum. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they will count the bucket.
He almost blocked that shot in time, just a nanosecond late.
And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Bulls.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And another thing, they found the open man. Really playing unselfish basketball, moving the ball around there on the perimeter.
Good. Hachimura. Well, Grant, you look at the Bulls, middling on both ends. What's their biggest need?
You know, B.A., I think it's length and athleticism. You can't have enough of those type of players in today's game. You look at their activity stats, the steals, offensive rebounds, very much in need of a boost.
Yeah, you expect him to make those. Good luck. Just couldn't find the mark.
Pass to Aldama. Sexton grabs the board. Pacers trail by 16. Outside Wells. Back to Sexton. Here's the pick. From downtown, he's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Asserting himself at the arc. Sexton saw his shot and took it without fear.
Pass to Aldama. Back to DiVincenzo. Uneasy, too, on the layup. And the Bulls lead by 15.
And early on, they've been on a tear. Just getting whatever they want offensively.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly how you want to start a game, with a big offensive push.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
Well, that's exactly what's needed when you're trying to turn things around.
Wade, the pass to Wells. Some nice passing by Indiana here. Now here's Bassi. Batase covering. Pass to Sexton. He shoots over DiVincenzo. And it's Chicago with a board. Hachimura outside. Now DiVincenzo. 1:24 left to play in the first quarter. It's rebounded by Wade. And it's good. 2 points.
You can't help but look toward their defense. They're totally lost.
On the wing, Sexton. DiVincenzo covering. Sexton misses. Bulls leading by 15. Hachimura, the pass to DiVincenzo. Batase, a screen on Sexton. For 3, DiVincenzo. And the shot's off. 1 for 2 in this one. Indiana's gone 3 for 5 from deep so far in this matchup. Sexton, that's good.
And look, Sexton's lack of size has never prevented him from mixing it up down low.
DiVincenzo finds Hachimura. Pass to Batase. Chicago needs to get off a shot here. DiVincenzo can't hit. Moody on the wing. Hachimura covering. Moody passes to Wells. 17-foot shot on the way. What a performance for Tyrese Maxey. He has been the story for Chicago, hitting 3 trays in the quarter, providing some sharp shooting. Back after this. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a comfortable margin for the Bulls here, guys.
Well, it looks like hitting the boards hard was an emphasis of their attack. They knew how valuable it was to do so.
Yeah, we're not surprised by this. These guys work hard, and they are physical.
We've got ball. Jaden McDaniels out there with Dean Wade. Then it's Steven Adams. And it's Moody in at the shooting guard position. That's the 5 for the Pacers. Now here's ball. Left side McDaniels. Back to ball. For 3. And it's Bona with a rebound.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Outside Maxey. Pass to DiVincenzo. Down low. Ooh, it's stolen away. Now McDaniels. No made baskets yet. Here's Wade. Outside McDaniels. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Three-pointer. They get the rebound. Here's Wade. And he drives in. Oh, he gets it to fall, and that makes it just a single-digit deficit.
Want to score in the NBA? Picks can really force the D to make tough choices.
Gordon outside. Back to Maxey. Good efficiency. He's drained 4 out of 5.
Ooh, a high motor in close to the rim. Maxey finding a window and converting.
They set the pick. Pass to Wade. Outside McDaniels. To the inside. Adams. And it's slammed in by Adams.
Oh, yeah. That'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam. Everyone talks about Jaden McDaniels' defense, and for good reason, Stan.
Well, B.A., one way to get a lot of playing time is to be the best. That's something. McDaniels is a total lockdown defender on the wing. He can guard anybody.
Count it.
Well, smart idea from McDaniels, looking to convert inside.
Chicago leading by 6. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thank you, Brian. Tyrese Maxey, a late first-round pick back in 2020, but he's become an all-star. He said, quote, "I've always had that chip with me from day one. I had to earn everything I got from a basketball perspective and make a name for myself. I tried hard to foresee and envision this." Guys, back over to you.
The drive for greatness. All right, Allie, appreciate the report. Tatum comes in for Adams, and it's Vassell in for Moody. Then for Chicago, Mark Williams, he's checked in for Bataze, and it's Jaylen Brown in for DiVincenzo. Now for those joining us now, we're in the second quarter, about 3 minutes gone by. Out to the right wing. Back to Maxey. Pass to Bona. Chicago passing it around. 4 on the clock. And here's Brown for 3. The Pacers pull it in.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Vassell passes to Tatum. And there's the screen from behind the arc. JT for 3.
They closed the gap over the last few possessions, but can they push through and grab the lead?
Well, with all the momentum they've built up, I don't see this run stopping anytime soon.
Brown against ball from 13. And again, no good by Chicago. And it's Indiana's ball. It's a 12-2 run here. Good pace. Great crossover to get free. McDaniel's got 4 points this quarter.
Flashing his athleticism on the drive. I like when McDaniels takes initiative on offense.
Pass to Maxey. Fires from deep. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in. Maxey's got 14 points for the game.
He's been so aggressive on offense. And with the results, you understand why.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
And here's Brown. Ooh, Brown inside. Hey, he's more than just a shooter.
That's just Jaylen Brown putting in the work in close.
Vassell outside. Ball, a screen on Maxey. Pass to Tatum, beyond the arc. And it's Bona with a rebound. Chicago leading by 6. Now Brown. Bassey, he's checked in for Wade.
First team foul. Onto the court for the Pacers. Number 28, Charles Bassey.
Williams finds Maxey. 6 on the shot clock. The 3 is up. They grab their own miss. And Williams punches it home.
Wow, that type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback.
Ouch. That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark. And so it's Indiana with it, following the bucket by the Bulls. Vassell passes to Bassey. Pass the ball. To stop the run. And it's Chicago with a board. Gordon left side. Back to Maxey. Now Williams. Outside, Brown. And the call will be against Jason Tatum. That'll be a second foul of the game. And Stan, you coached a bunch of seasons in the league. What's an issue that you face that maybe the average fan doesn't know?
Well, look, I think the thing that fans really underrate about the game is how intelligent these guys are. So it's not really an issue that I faced because I was lucky to have smart guys. But I think fans underestimate how much basketball intelligence factors in when you're talking about the best players in this game. Well, he continues to make the effort, but the results just aren't there this quarter.
Tatum drops the hammer.
Great move by Tatum, getting to the rim and throwing it down.
Here's Maxey. Hey, how's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. And timeout called by Rick Carlisle. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys. Maybe alter some of the game plan. Aldama's checked in for Chicago. Hachimura comes in for Gordon. And a look here at the scoring trend over the last several months for him.
And he's been trending downward in terms of his average points per game. And a number of reasons can lead to this. But he needs to figure out how to get back on track.
And here are the Pacers now. Trailing by 8. Tatum passes to Vassell. Tatum with it. He's got 10. The outside leaner. Jaylen Brown with a rebound.
They have a decent advantage in regards to rebounding.
And it's Hachimura missing. For Indiana, they've gotten 7 of 12 shots to go here in the second. Hachimura against Tatum. There's a screen by Bassey. Tatum passes to Bassey. For 3, Vassell. It's rebounded by Jaylen Brown. And so it's Brown with it. He brings it up for Chicago. 8-point game. Outside Maxey. Hachimura from long range hits a three-pointer. Hachimura's got his second basket of the night.
A smart decision maker with a versatile skill set. Hachimura always takes the shots that he's comfortable with.
Sexton finds Vassell. Outside Tatum. Hachimura with the defensive effort.
Wow. Missed the easy one right there, right at the rim, but came up empty.
And the basket by Aldama. Aldama's gotten his second bucket of the game.
And at 7 feet tall, Aldama can burn you inside. Even with the contact, he's tough to contain at times.
Now here's Tatum. 10 points for him. Bassey, the pass to Tatum. Oh, Tatum slams it home.
Yeah, his athleticism more than makes up for his lack of size. Allows him to compete even against bigger guys.
Here's Aldama. Here's Hachimura. Again, the Bulls score.
Well, look, Aldama is a very good passer out of the front court.
And timeout called by Rick Carlisle. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Without question, Tyrese Maxey displaying all his skills today.
Well, shutting down his three-point production has to be top of mind for this coaching staff. A new defensive approach is a must.
Indiana with some changes. Adams checked in for Jason Tatum, and Moody is subbed in for Vassell. Bataze's checked in for Chicago. DiVincenzo comes in for Maxey. Left side Wells. Here's Adams, and the layup is good off the glass. Adams has got 4 points this quarter.
Yeah, this is where Adams looks to score, especially when he has a matchup he likes.
Picked by Aldama. For three, DiVincenzo. Cleared away by Wells.
I know he's on a cold streak, but he can't let that get in his head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak.
And it didn't register as an official block, but he did everything you want in disrupting that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
Pass to Bassey. And here's Adams. Bataze covering. Adams, the pass to Wells. From deep. Can't get it to drop. Chicago with the ball. They're on an 18-6 run. Kennard finds DiVincenzo. Now Hachimura. He's covered by Wells. Chicago passing it around. Kennard outside. Shot clock at 5. Fires in the triple. Kennard's got 6.
Lackluster defense, showing no desire to chase shooters off that line.
Sexton looking around. Pass to Wells. Three-pointer. Chicago with a rebound. 44 seconds left to play in the first half. Up top, DiVincenzo. Now here's Bataze. To the middle. It's tipped. Left side Wells. Here's Adams. And it's slammed in by Adams.
And whenever Adams is aggressive on offense, it helps big time, especially when he's dunking it hard inside.
Pass to Aldama from outside the arc. Another three for Chicago.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
And so it's the Chicago Bulls looking in total control with this 17-point advantage as the buzzer sounds. How about the way they've attacked the paint? This throwback approach is paying off. Let's send it courtside and check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
I'm here with Coach Rick Carlisle. And Coach, I heard you talking to your team about closing out on shooters. What were the breakdowns that stood out to you in the first half?
A couple of times there was an offensive rebound, and we just got to spray out and find shooters. That's one way that a lot of teams in the league are getting threes now. We just got to do a better job of finding those guys.
It's hard to be perfect. Thanks, Coach.
Allie, as always, thank you. We'll be back right after the break for the third quarter here on 2K Sports.
Welcome, everyone. Let's first get an update on the other games happening in the NBA. The Toronto Raptors trailing the Cavaliers out in Cleveland. Fourth quarter now. They need to make up a 7-point deficit. And now back to that first half. How about Tyrese Maxey? He was getting whatever he wanted, whenever he wanted it.
Well, you see Maxey putting up points. He's the reason they're up. Not sure where they'd be without him.
He's been the best version of himself, which is elite. Thanks, as always, for watching. Let's head back to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the second half.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. Without question, Tyrese Maxey displaying all his skills today.
Through the first 2 quarters and change, his perimeter shooting continues to be spot on.
Yeah, he's been locked in tonight. Through the first 2 quarters, he's been a huge factor from outside.
Pacers trail by 17. Second half underway. Here's who Billy Donovan's got on the floor. They've got Williams. Tyrese Maxey is out there with Jaylen Brown. Then there's Aaron Gordon, and it's Bona in at the 4. Adams with a screen on Gordon. And he gets the bucket. Tatum's got 14 points for the game.
Well, we've come to expect this from Tatum. Just so good in taking over games all by himself.
Pass to Bona. Now Maxey. 4-3. They get it back. And here's Vassell. Inside. And there's the whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. You know, Grant, for all his competitive nature, Tatum has a pretty calm demeanor. Do you appreciate that?
Yes, indeed. As a team leader, a father, a role model, and a professional, you can't ask for much better than Jason Tatum. He is the real deal.
First free throw is good.
Well, it's so impressive how Jason Tatum has just continued to strengthen his game. He's a star who isn't easily satisfied by his own play and always wants to do more.
And so Tatum nails both of them.
Well, look, what makes Tatum special is he helps you in all 3 phases of the game. Offense, defense, and on the glass.
Maxey passes to Williams. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. That's on Steven Adams. Chicago shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in this game.
Taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Williams. And Williams drops them both. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute played. Adams with a screen on Gordon. Here's Tatum. The kick out to Ball. Fires the three. Here's Adams. And good work on the boards as they picked up the second chance points. Adams has got 8.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Pass to Gordon. Chicago passing it around. Maxey against Vassell. 5 to shoot. Maxey, that's good. He's got 18.
Well, he's been very reliable tonight. Not wasting any chances, really using his head.
Ball passes to Tatum. Shoots over Brown. Oh, look at Tatum going to work inside.
And making 3 of their first 4 shots in this half is a strong start. Now it's about growing that momentum.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, the Pacers are all about winning. And Coach Rick Carlisle said, our young players are having to earn their way. They're not being given anything. It's the only way to do things, in my opinion. If you want to build championship habits, you got to do it on a merit-based accountability type of basis. Brian?
Okay, Allie, thanks for the report.
Yeah, those shots from him are certainly not helping their case.
And here's Maxey outside. The rebound by Jason Tatum.
And with that miss, they're just 1 for 4 to start the third quarter.
McDaniels passes to Vassell. Adams with a screen on Maxey. Ball outside. The 3. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Gordon's got 6 rebounds now in the game. To the inside. Here's Bona. Ooh, the lead pass was in the perfect spot to set up the layup. And the Bulls lead by 15.
Like a matador. Olay! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
Tatum from long range. And Indiana misses again.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Pass to Gordon. Oh, got a piece of it. Oh, look at Tatum. What a finish.
I mean, he's doing all he can. He needs help out there.
And so Billy Donovan calls timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. All right, Stan, Devin Vassell, a proven scorer, now with some experience under his belt. What do you make of him?
Well, he's definitely an interesting player, B.A. The important thing for him is focusing on taking more high-percentage shots.
And you know what to do. Sheriff, go. Let's see those dance moves.
Pacers making a switch here. Wade's checked in. And with a pause in the action, here we have the best rebounding teams from last year. The Bulls third.
Well, the commitment they brought to the boards is evident in those numbers. Rebounding's never a glamour stat, but it wins you games.
Right here. Brown against Ball. Williams a screen on Ball. Pass to Williams. 6 to shoot. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. Basket's good.
They've shown that power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Outside McDaniels. Gordon against Tatum. The kick out to Ball. Takes a 3. He drops it from range. Ball's got 8.
Over his career, Lonzo's become more of a finisher, gaining trust in his jab.
Tate's back. Tatum pulls it in. Tatum's got his 4th rebound in this one. McDaniels against Gordon. Back to Daniels. Some nice passing by Indiana here. Vassell can't get it to go.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Pass to Wade. Here's the three. Hauled in by Brown. Brown's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Bona. Now here's Williams. Banked it in off the glass. Williams has got 6 in the quarter.
And defensively, that's just not going to cut it.
Pacers trail by 14. Vassell outside. Down low. Wade, the pass to Vassell. Uses the glass to finish the layup. He's got 7.
This team looks to him to score the ball. They feel good when he's taking the shots.
Pass to Bona. Back to Brown. There's the three. Big hit from outside. Jaylen Brown.
Brown does a nice job of staying ready and making himself a weapon off the ball.
Now McDaniels. On the take. And he dunks it down.
Powerful. He saw an opening and turned it into a highlight reel.
Man, just sent it down with some force.
I mean, the defense basically gave that one to him.
And so Billy Donovan calls timeout. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. A big group substitution here for Indiana. Massey, he's checked in for Tatum. Wells comes in for McDaniels. Moody's checked in for Vassell. And Sexton subbed in for Ball. Sexton against DiVincenzo. Here's Hachimura. Give him 8. Aldama outside. Back to Hachimura. Just 5 on the clock. For 3, DiVincenzo nails it from beyond the arc. DiVincenzo's got 7 points in the game.
Well, look, you have to stay connected to DiVincenzo. He will bury you from out there.
Pass to Wade. Here's Bassi. Batase covering. Outside Wells. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Wells has got his first 2 points.
And now almost all their points coming from the paint.
Pass to Batase. And here's Kennard. Hachimura, the pass to Batase. Now here's Hachimura. For 3, DiVincenzo. Bassi pulls it in. Bassi's got 4 rebounds now.
Well, he hasn't had a great night shooting the ball, but they're in the lead, and that's the only thing that matters.
Here's Sexton. Off the mark from 16 feet.
You kind of wonder where his head's at. The shot selection hasn't been there, and of course that one was just crazy.
DiVincenzo against Sexton. Back to Aldama. This one for 3. And the Bulls get it back. Good on the bucket.
And attacking a somewhat helpless defense right now. Just a relentless effort.
Well, you love the dedication. This is how you have to play. Don't let up just because you're out front.
Pass to Wade. Launches it. Connects from downtown. Wade's got 5 now.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest up the arc.
Sexton against DiVincenzo. Kennard outside. From the arc. Sinks it from distance. 9 points in the game.
Well, Kennard wasted no time firing back. That's the work of an elite three-point shooter.
And timeout called by Rick Carlisle. He'll take the opportunity to regroup.
Here's our Pacers. Back to everybody. Make some noise.
Changes. Adams checked in for Wade. McDaniels comes in for Wells. And it's Ball in for Sexton. Moody passes to Adams. Ooh, and Adams, strong finish.
Strong finish to cut into that lead a little.
And left no doubt with that one, Grant. Pass to DiVincenzo. Pick by Aldama. There's the triple. Pacers with a rebound. Bassey's got a rebound number 5 here tonight. Moody passes to Ball. Driving inside. It's McDaniels on the wing. It's a nice passing by Indiana here. Fires away from way outside. Aldama grabs the board.
I know that he has the ability and confidence to sink that shot, but better luck next time, maybe.
Yeah, it's one of those heat check shots, and heat check is a synonym for bad shot.
Oh, the swat by Adams.
Oh, a fantastic defender. Adams embraces his role on this team as their defensive anchor.
Pass to McDaniels. To the paint. Oh, and a fast break for Chicago. And it's slammed in by Hachimura.
They're really in control on both ends of the floor right now, forcing turnovers and finding easy points, while the other guys struggle to keep up.
Ball with it. Guarded now by Batadze. Adams. Blocked. Another shot. Uses the glass that time. It's good. Adams has got 6 points in the quarter. 34 seconds left in the third quarter. Batadze with a screen. Aldama, the pass to Batadze. Indiana with a rebound. They still have time to make this a game.
But they really need to focus in because they let this game get away from them a little bit.
Ball against DiVincenzo. Ball taking his time here. Takes the three. Trying to get that one to fall. And so it's Chicago. A sizable lead of 14 at the break. They just can't miss right now. Every shot they're taking, you assume, is going in. Time for a quick break, then back to the action. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today coming from an unlikely position. It's the big fella with the sweetest pass of the day.
Yeah, it's pretty to watch. It's great to have so many big men in the NBA who can dish it like this.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Jason Tatum out there with Jaden McDaniels. Then it's Ball. Then there's Devin Vassell. And it's Adams in at the 5 spot. That's the 5 for the Pacers. Ball passes to Vassell. Gordon against McDaniels. Pass to Maxey. Here's Williams. Outside, Brown. Count it. Good. And 11 points for Jaylen Brown.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
Here's Adams. Ooh, Williams with the block. Here's Maxey. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a three-point play here.
There's the strength training coming into play for Maxey.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Chicago.
Well, they've been absolutely on fire from deep. And until the defense offers more resistance, the coaches are going to keep encouraging them to let it fly.
Well, in addition, I love their passing. I mean, they're buying into that team concept. That's hard to get out of your young guys.
Pacers trail by 19. Ball with it. Now guarded by Brown. Back to Ball. Pass to Tatum. Fires for three. Vassell outside. The three-pointer off the mark. And Brown has got the ball here for the Chicago Bulls. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong. No baskets allowed. And they'll get another chance. Inside. McDaniels with a steal. Gordon with a steal. Brown against Ball. Williams a screen on Ball. Here's Brown. The ball's knocked loose. Indiana's gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. And Ball throws it down.
Great to see Lonzo take flight.
Chicago leading by 17. Outside, Brown. Gordon on the wing. Down low. Oh, it's stolen by Adams. Ball with it. Now guarded by Brown. Pass to Vassell. Lets it go from deep. Williams grabs the board.
He made a 3 back in the first half, but that's it. We'll see if he can find his stroke.
And here is Maxey. Now here's Williams. Clock at 6. Here's Brown. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Adams has got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. Tatum can't hit.
Suffocating defense to keep the layup from falling.
Gordon finds Maxey. Launches a 3. Adams grabs the miss. Adams has got double-digit rebounds now in the game.
Well, he had a great first half from three-point range, but hasn't quite gotten his touchback since the break.
Pass to Maxey. Brown against Ball. Outside Maxey. Over Vassell. Here's Williams. And there's the bucket. Staying with it that time. Offensive glass getting it done.
Yeah, secures the ball off the glass. Does a nice job going right back up.
Pass to Tatum. Adams with a screen on Gordon. Goes back up. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a three-point play.
Aaron Gordon, first personal foul. First team foul. At the line for the Pacers, Steven Adams, 1 shot.
And Adams no good on that one. Bulls leading by 17. Pass to Williams. Chicago passing it around. Maxey against Vassell.
You know, Maxey's willing to play a secondary role, but he can also take charge when needed.
Ball against Williams. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. And how about Lonzo Ball, Stan? Always roaming the passing lanes, looking to pick one off.
Well, look, B.A., he has great instinct. He knows where the play is going, and he gets there before the ball does.
No good on the free throw.
Well, after missing over 2 full seasons due to knee issues, it's just great to see Ball on the court and contributing. When he's healthy, he's an impactful player.
Good on the second one. And we'll have a timeout called by Billy Donovan. Looking to get everyone dialed in and engaged.
Check up steady maintenance. You might lose homies.
Dancing mascot, Boomer.
And Brown has got the ball here for Chicago. Pass to Maxey. Back to Brown for three. Gordon knocks down the long J. And the Bulls lead by 21.
Well, he's not an elite three-point shooter, but Gordon makes just enough threes to be a threat from out there.
Tatum from long range. Back to Vassell. Puts up a three. And Indiana misses again. The Bulls have got 5 out of 10 shots to drop here in the final quarter. Jacks up a three. And Gordon with the basket on the assist from Maxey. Gordon's got 6 in the quarter.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
Tatum against Gordon. Right side Tatum. He hits it just before the shot clock expires. Tatum's got 10 points here in the second half. Bulls leading by 22. Pass to Bona. Now here's Gordon. Back to Brown. Well, Coach, the younger generation in the NBA just continues to get better and better.
Yeah, it's like anything, B.A. I mean, evolution is something that's real, right? People evolve and get better and build on the people ahead of them. You learn from the people ahead of you. The players watch guys as they grow up, and then they learn to do things. The next generation learns from them, and the skill level just continues to improve.
Yeah, so many times tonight, it's been Steven Adams, the man from New Zealand, looming large.
He led him with the pass there, almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
Vassell outside. Pass to Tatum. Lets the three fly. And it's Bona with a rebound. Bona's got 4 rebounds now.
If this quarter is any indication, he's not going to be the guy to turn this game around in their favor.
Maxey, that's good.
Scoring well this quarter, picking up steam as he goes.
Well, Indiana shooting only 29% since the fourth quarter began. McDaniels passes to Tatum. For three. Gets the three to fall. Tatum's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, that's now his 3rd triple of the game, first here in this second half.
Gordon against McDaniels. Back to Brown. Just 5 to shoot. And again, it's Chicago.
They are passing the ball around tremendously right now.
Outside Tatum. They double team Tatum. Pass to Adams. Outside McDaniels. Tatum with a screen. 4-3. McDaniels can't hit. Chicago has gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter here in the fourth quarter. Here's Bona. Back to Maxey. And we're seeing some younger teams really on the rise here. Any particular reason, Grant?
Well, you know, it's part of the natural order of things. Certain players will dominate, and when they age, there are always those young upstarts vying to take the lead.
They set the pick, and here's Vassell from the arc. Hits the trifecta.
Yeah, nice shot by Vassell. Really good three-point shooting.
Vassell against Maxey. Brown in the high post. Chicago passing it around. Takes a three. The Pacers pull it in. Tatum's got 5 rebounds tonight. Outside McDaniels. Pass to Vassell. Now Tatum. Maxey covering. The kick out to Ball. The three is up. And the shot is good on the assist by Tatum. Tatum's got 3 assists in the game.
Yeah, excellent decision by Tatum. Kicking it out to the ready shooter.
Timeout called. The Bulls. They lead by 21.
Indiana Pacemates. Get loud.
He's checked in for Tatum. Moody comes in for McDaniels. Wells comes in for Vassell. So it's Chicago now. Hachimura outside. To the right side. Kennard outside. Tries again, and he sinks the layup.
At this kind of range, it might almost be too easy for Kennard.
Ball passes to Wade. Now here's Wells. Hachimura covering. Wells misses. Chicago leading by 23.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Bulls.
Pretty clear who the better team was today. They dominated in just about every phase of this game, Grant.
BA, it's almost hard to think what didn't go well for them. Their plan, their execution, everything was absolutely on point.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year. And one of the league's superstars, producing as he always does. What a terrific game for Tyrese Maxey.
Well, bottom line, he was just unstoppable at times. Not much you can do when he's playing with that kind of confidence.
The first one falls. Well, officials have never been under greater scrutiny, so development is key, Grant. And I read now they have a training app refs can use on their phones.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen the players leveraging electronics to train smarter, and it's great to see the officials making use of technology as well.
He's perfect from the line this time. Here's DiVincenzo. And 1:01 left in the fourth quarter. Batadze, the pass to Kennard. And here's Hachimura. 6 to shoot. Hachimura with a screen on Ball. Throws it down, and the official calls a foul. It may be a three-point play. It's going to go on Moses Moody.
Shooting for Chicago, Rui Hachimura at the line for one.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
I need some water, man. Who got a water bottle?
And the free throw, no good. 43 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. Wells. Yep, that one goes. And here are the Bulls now. Pass to Batadze. Here's Hachimura. Moody defends. Kennard outside. Now here's Bataze. 6 on the shot clock. Aldama outside. Off target with the 3. Moody passes to Ball. So no problem for Chicago as they get the win. This one wasn't even close. The hometown crowd was waiting for a miracle that never came.
Yeah, and this team was consistent throughout. They met every challenge, and they earned this dub.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. With Grant Hill, Stan Van Gundy, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. And now, time for our player of the game, Tyrese Maxey.
Hi, everyone. Greetings from 2K. You know, RJ, you can feel the excitement in the air. It's the season opener for both these teams.
The wait is finally over for these fans. Both teams hoping to kick things off with a win, so I expect a lot of effort tonight.
Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Michael Porter. Then it's Derek Lively. Then it's Koulibaly. And it's Cunningham in at the point guard position. The San Antonio Spurs able to put the first points up on the board. Six on the shot clock. He gets it in there.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring. Able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
Outside DeRozan. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. And out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession. Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Mitch Johnson. We talked about how Kristaps Porzingis can warp a defense with his shooting. He said, quote, when they post him outside and go 5 out, it stretches a team. We'll need to adjust by closing out and rotating faster than we're used to. Hopefully that helps us against what they're trying to do. Guys, back over to you.
And Allie, thanks so much. And the basket by Kamare.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Lively the pass to Porter. Denver passing it around. Cunningham for three. And again, Cunningham missing. Cunningham's gone 1 of 3 on the night. And DeRozan. Here we go. Oh, and the jam by DeRozan.
Since day one in this league, DeRozan's been really tough to stop on his way to the hoop.
Lively sends a screen for Koulibaly. And he slams it down right on top of DeMar DeRozan.
My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Ugh, nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there. And that great replay brought to us by the AT&T Connected Cam. San Antonio with the ball. Denver getting their last shot to go. Pass to Sharp. Now Kamara. Guarded by Porter. And then Sharp with the dunk.
When he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
Yeah, you can feel Coach smiling on the sidelines with every offensive board.
Now, here's Cunningham. Good D by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Here's Kamara. 5 points in the game. Shoots from 12. SGA, no good.
No clue how he misfired on that shot. You don't see that from him very often.
And one thing, Richard, you note about this Spurs organization is their stability.
Yeah, the same governorship for 3 decades. The front office has been in place for almost as long. Now Mitch Johnson has taken over as coach, but it was a smooth transition, not a big shakeup.
Jordan outside. Pass to Kamara. Cunningham against DeRozan. And a wide open look for SGA. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assist.
And this is the kind of fire Gilgeous-Alexander plays with. How about the response there?
Porzingis can't hit. And it's DeRozan with the ball for the San Antonio Spurs. Leading by 5. Kamara finds Jordan. Back to Kamara. And here's Sharp. Porzingis with the steal. Oh, Porter in position. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, when you hustle on the break like he does, good things tend to happen.
Now, here's DeRozan. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen. It's time now to look at the NBA's top shooting teams from a season ago. The Nuggets, number 1.
They were remarkable in terms of their efficiency on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, they did a great job of finding the open man and working for great looks. Really just an unselfish group.
And Koulibaly gets it to go.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Gilgeous-Alexander looking around. And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
Cunningham against Gilgeous-Alexander. Takes the 3. And it's Jordan with the rebound.
Okay, so if I were to say this was a disaster of a period for him, it would be an understatement. But hey, sometimes you got to shoot your way out of the slump, even for him.
And finished off by Lively.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
We know mistakes lead to breaks. That's just textbook right there.
And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. Murphy's checked in for Sharp. P.J. Washington, he's checked in for Denver. San Antonio's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Jordan sets the screen for DeRozan. To the middle. And that's dunked by Jordan.
And that's what Jordan does best. An extremely lethal dunker.
Now, Koulibaly. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. pass to Jordan. Lobs it up for Jordan. Can't complete the alley-oop.
And you're just not going to see him do that very often. Usually when he rises up, there's a guarantee it's going down.
Now here's Porter. Here's Cunningham. It doesn't go for him. Nice D from DeRozan.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
That one, no good. Porter inside. Kamara on him. Here's Cunningham, and it's off the back rim. No good.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Yeah, straight up. He's ice cold, like freezing. What's colder than cold? But you don't have to shoot it, my guy. It's okay to pass the ball.
The Spurs shooting their first free throw of the evening. Denver making a switch here. Sharch has checked in for Jarrett Lively. Jarris Walker comes in for Porter. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he's checked in for Coulibaly. And it's Jackson in for Cade Cunningham. And we saw last season the Nuggets GA in the final week of the regular season making a coaching change and a shift in their front office.
A pretty rare situation. Seems like there's been a power struggle, and rather than choosing sides, the decision was to just make a fresh start.
Now here's Green. Here's the screen. Back to Bridges. Shot clock at 6. San Antonio needs to get off a shot here. The Porty tipped back in for 2. And the Spurs lead by 6.
He'll be around the rim. Defense has always got to know his whereabouts.
Sharch with the screen for Washington. Oh, that's blocked. And it's out of bounds to the Nuggets as Denver retains possession. And we have to take another glance at that powerful rejection.
Yeah, quick thinking pays off big. What a block.
Walker, bounce pass. Jackson from long range.
They're struggling to knock down those threes here in the early going.
To the paint. Green the pass to Green. Spurs passing it around. And the 3 off target. The Nuggets trail by 6. They need this one. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. You can be sure, GA, that as the Spurs build this team, there will be no shortcuts.
Well, they're surely eyeing that group 8 hours north in OKC. Another young core that's not going anywhere. If the Spurs want to contend, the standard's been set.
The first free throw is good. And the Nuggets making a change here. Craig's checked in.